Ladies and gentlemen, life may knock you down, but the strength within you is greater than any challenge you face. You have the power to rise higher than ever before. Life is full of unexpected challenges, and there are moments when it feels like the weight of the world is pressing down on you. You may experience setbacks that leave you questioning your purpose, your worth, or even your ability to move forward. These moments can feel overwhelming, and it's tempting to believe that the setback you've encountered is the end of the road. But let me remind you that what looks like a defeat is often a divine setup for a greater comeback. Sometimes what seems like the closing of one door is actually the opening of another, more significant opportunity that will take you to heights you've never imagined. When you experience a setback, it's easy to focus on the disappointment, the loss, or the frustration of unmet expectations. Perhaps you've worked hard toward a goal only to see it fall apart at the last moment. Maybe you've invested time, energy, and love into something only to feel like it didn't pay off the way you hoped. Those feelings are valid, but they are not the final word on your journey. A setback is not your identity. It is simply a moment in time, a chapter in the story, not the entire book. It's important to shift your perspective when you face these challenges. What if the setback you're experiencing is not a punishment, a preparation? What if it's the very thing that's positioning you for something far better? Often, the greatest victories come on the heels of the greatest struggles. Think about a seed that is planted in the ground. To the outside observer, it might appear to be buried, lost in darkness. But under the surface, that seed is breaking open, growing roots, and preparing to emerge as something new and vibrant. Your setback is like that seed. It feels dark and heavy, but it's preparing you for growth and transformation. During these moments, your attitude and mindset are crucial. You have to remind yourself that the setback is temporary, but the lessons and growth you gain from it can last a lifetime. Every successful person has faced moments of defeat, but they didn't let those moments define their future. Instead, they used them as fuel to rise higher. They saw the setback as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. They learned to trust the process and believe that something greater was coming. It's also essential to recognize that your value doesn't decrease because you've experienced a failure or a delay. You are not less worthy, less capable, or less deserving just because you've encountered a setback. In fact, it's often in these moments of difficulty that your true strength, resilience, and character are revealed. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and gold is refined in fire. In the same way, the challenges you face are refining you, shaping you, and preparing you for the next chapter of your journey. When you encounter a setback, it's an opportunity to refocus and realign with your purpose. It's a chance to ask yourself what truly matters and to make adjustments where needed. Sometimes setbacks push us out of our comfort zones and into situations that allow us to grow in ways we never would have otherwise. They force us to dig deep, to tap into reserves of strength we didn't even know we had. And as we do, we discover new talents, new opportunities, and a deeper sense of purpose. Your setback can also be a reminder to lean on your faith. When you feel like you've hit rock bottom, it's often because you're about to build something solid and enduring on that foundation. Faith doesn't always remove the challenges, but it gives you the strength to face them with courage and hope. It reminds you that you're not alone and that there is a plan and purpose for your life, even in the midst of the struggle. People around you are watching how you respond to your setbacks. They're observing your resilience, your determination, and your unwavering belief that better days are ahead. Your ability to rise after a fall doesn't just inspire you, it inspires everyone who sees your journey. Your story becomes a testament to the fact that setbacks are not the end, they are the beginning of something new, something extraordinary. You have everything you need within you to turn your setback into a comeback. You have the strength, the courage, and the resilience to rise again. What may feel like a detour is actually directing you to your destiny. Trust that the same force that allowed you to overcome challenges in the past is working in your favor right now, preparing you for something greater than you can imagine. Your best days are not behind you, they are ahead of you, waiting for you to step into them with confidence and faith. There is an incredible truth that each of us must embrace when we face difficulties or obstacles. You already have everything you need to overcome. So often, when challenges arise, we feel inadequate, unprepared, or lacking in some way. We may look at others and think they have what it takes, but somehow we don't. Yet the truth is that you are fully equipped for the journey ahead. You were created with strength, courage, and resilience woven into the very fabric of who you are. Nothing you face is bigger than the potential that lies within you. It's easy to underestimate what you're capable of when life seems overwhelming. Perhaps you've been through a season where nothing seems to go your way, and you start to question whether you're strong enough to handle it. Those feelings of doubt can creep in, whispering that you're not smart enough, experienced enough, or brave enough. But those doubts are not your truth. They are distractions meant to keep you from realizing the greatness that's already inside you. Think about a tree planted in a storm. On the surface, it may look fragile as it bends in the wind, but beneath the surface, its roots are growing deeper, anchored firmly in the ground. Similarly, the challenges you face are not meant to break you, they are meant to reveal the strength you already possess. The ability to withstand the storm, to keep standing even when the winds are fierce, comes from what's already inside you. When you face difficult moments, it's not about finding strength from outside sources, it's about tapping into what's already been placed within you. Sometimes we forget this because we're so focused on the external circumstances that seem out of our control. We look at the mountain in front of us and wonder how we'll ever climb it. But the tools you need, the determination, the endurance, the faith are already there. You don't need to wait for something miraculous to happen to make you ready. You were born ready. Challenges have a way of bringing out what's been lying dormant inside of us. Think about the process of refining gold. The gold doesn't become valuable because something new is added to it. It becomes valuable because the refining process reveals its true essence. Similarly, the difficulties you face are not adding strength to you. They are revealing the strength you've had all along. Each time you overcome a challenge, you're uncovering another layer of resilience, another layer of courage that was already there waiting to be used. It's also important to recognize that your life experiences have equipped you for the battles you face today. Every trial you've endured, every lesson you've learned has prepared you for this moment. You might not see it right away, but when you look back, you'll realize that even the most challenging seasons of your life were shaping you, teaching you, and equipping you with the tools you need. Those experiences weren't wasted. They were building blocks for your strength and wisdom. In times of doubt, you may be tempted to compare yourself to others and think they have it easier or that they are more capable. But comparison is a thief of joy and a distortion of your reality. No one else has your unique combination of talents, experiences, and strengths. You were designed for your specific journey, and no one else can walk it like you can. The very qualities you may overlook in yourself are the exact ones that will carry you through the storm. It's also worth remembering that you are not walking this path alone. There is a divine power at work within you, guiding you, strengthening you, and giving you everything you need to succeed. Sometimes you might not feel that strength because it doesn't always come in the way you expect. It might not feel like bold, fearless confidence at first. It might feel like a small but steady resolve to take the next step. That quiet strength is no less powerful than a roaring flame. It's a reminder that you have what it takes to keep moving forward one step at a time. When you begin to see yourself as someone who is already equipped, your perspective changes. You stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions and you start using what you have right now. You realize that even in your imperfection, you are enough. You don't have to wait for the fear to disappear. You can move forward with courage despite the fear. You don't have to wait for the circumstances to be ideal. You can thrive in the midst of uncertainty because you are prepared. The key is to trust in the strength you've been given and to lean into it when times get tough. You may not always feel strong, but feelings are not facts. Just because you feel weak doesn't mean you are weak. Just because you feel unsure doesn't mean you're incapable. The truth is that you've been given everything you need to rise above the challenges in your life. You already have what it takes to overcome, and nothing can take that away from you. The moments when you stumble, when life knocks you down, can feel defining. The weight of failure, the embarrassment, and the pain can seem like a spotlight shining on everything that went wrong. It's easy to let those moments become the narrative of your life. But here's the truth, the fall does not define you. What defines you is how you choose to rise. It's not about the mistake or the misstep. It's about what you do next. It's about summoning the courage to stand back up, dust yourself off, and face the world again with determination and faith. Falling is a part of life, and everyone experiences it at some point. No one is immune to challenges, setbacks, or failures. What separates those who thrive from those who stay stuck is their response to the fall. Some people see a fall as the end of their journey, a reason to give up. But others understand that the fall is just a moment, not a life sentence. They know that failure is not fatal and that it's often a necessary part of growth. Falling teaches you lessons that success never could. Lessons about resilience, humility, and the strength you didn't know you had. When you fall, it's natural to feel a mix of emotions, shame, frustration, disappointment. You may replay the moment over and over, questioning what you could have done differently. But dwelling on the fall only keeps you stuck. The fall is in the past, and you can't change it. What you can change is your perspective on it. Instead of see a failure, see it as a lesson. Instead of letting it define your worth, let it refine your character. Every fall has something to teach you, but you have to be willing to look for the lesson. Rising after a fall requires courage. It takes courage to face the people who witnessed your stumble, to keep going when it feels like the odds are against you. It takes courage to believe in yourself again after you've faced disappointment. But that courage is within you, waiting to be called upon. You may not feel brave, but bravery isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to take a step forward even when fear is present. Rising is an act of faith. a declaration that you believe in something greater than your current circumstances. One of the most powerful things about rising after a fall is the opportunity it gives you to rewrite the narrative. People may remember the fall, but they'll be far more inspired by your rise. Your ability to get back up and keep going speaks volumes about your strength and determination. It shows others that failure is not the end, that it's possible to come back stronger and wiser. Your rise becomes a testimony, not just to your own resilience, but to the resilience that others can find within themselves. Sometimes when you fall, it feels like everything is working against you. The obstacles seem bigger, the path forward seems harder. But often, those moments are preparing you for something greater. The fall forces you to grow in ways you never expected. It pushes you to develop new skills to strengthen your character, to deepen your faith. It's not comfortable and it's not easy, but it's necessary. The growth that comes from rising after a fall is what equips you for the next level of your journey. It's also important to remember that falling doesn't make you weak or unworthy. It makes you human. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has moments of doubt or failure. What matters is not avoiding the fall, it's learning how to rise. When you stop fearing failure, you free yourself to take risks, to dream big, and to pursue your goals with passion. You realize that even if you fall, you have the strength to get back up. Falling is not a reflection of your value. It's an opportunity to show the world and yourself just how strong you are. Rising after a fall is not a one-time event. It's a process. It takes time to rebuild your confidence, to regain your footing. But each small step forward is a victory. Each time you choose to keep going, you're proving to yourself that you are stronger than the challenges you face. The journey may be slow, but progress is still progress, and with each step you grow stronger, more resilient, and more determined. Your ability to rise after a fall is a reflection of your inner strength and faith. It's a reminder that no matter how many times you stumble, you have the power to stand again. You may have fallen, but you are not broken. You are not defeated. You are simply being prepared for a greater purpose. The fall doesn't define you. It's the rise that tells the story of who you are and who you're becoming. Every challenge you face in life has the potential to serve as a stepping stone to your destiny. It's easy to look at obstacles as roadblocks, as things that stand in the way of your dreams and aspirations. They can feel like barriers, preventing you from moving forward, and at times they may even make you question whether you're on the right path. But the truth is, the challenges that seem so daunting in the moment are often the very things that propel you to the next level. They stretch you, shape you, and prepare you for the opportunities that lie ahead. Challenges have a way of refining you. They force you to dig deeper, to find strength and resilience that you may not have known you had. When everything is going smoothly, it's easy to stay in your comfort zone to do what you've always done. But challenges push you beyond those limits. They require you to think creatively, to adapt, and to grow. They teach you lessons that success alone cannot. Every time you overcome a challenge, you gain confidence and clarity. You realize it's stronger than you thought when you begin to see possibilities where you once saw only obstacles. It's important to remember that challenges are not permanent. They are temporary seasons in your life, moments that test your faith and determination. Just as the seasons change, so do the circumstances of your life. What feels overwhelming today will one day be a memory, a chapter in your story. And when you look back, you'll see how that chapter was necessary for the growth and progress that followed. Challenges may feel like detours, but they are often the exact route you need to take to reach your destination. One of the most powerful things about challenges is that they reveal your purpose. Sometimes the things that frustrate you the most, the situations that feel the hardest to overcome, are the very things that lead you or me to do. They ignite a fire within you, a determination to make a difference or to change your circumstances. They clarify what truly matters to you and help you focus on the things that align with your calling. In this way, challenges don't just test you, they guide you. When you face a challenge, it's easy to feel alone, to believe that no one else understands what you're going through. But challenges are a universal experience. Everyone faces difficulties at some point, and your journey can inspire others. The way you handle your challenges, the way you persevere and keep moving forward, can be a source of strength for those who are watching. Your willingness to face adversity with courage and grace becomes a testament to the power of resilience. You never know who might be encouraged by your story, who might find hope because of your example. Challenges also have a way of building relationships and community. When you allow others to see your struggles, to witness your journey, you create connections that are built on authenticity and vulnerability. People are drawn to stories of overcoming, to narratives that remind them they are not alone. Sharing your challenges and the lessons you've learned can create a ripple effect, inspiring others to rise above their own difficulties. In this way, your challenges not only shape you, but also impact the lives of those around you. It's important to approach challenges with the right mindset. When you see them as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks, your perspective shifts. Instead of feeling defeated, you begin to see challenges as opportunities. Opportunities to grow, to learn, and to become better. You start to recognize that every challenge is a chance to develop new skills, to strengthen your character, and to deepen your faith. You realize that the very thing meant to hold you back can actually push you forward if you let it. Challenges may test your patience, your perseverance, and your faith, but they are not meant to break you. They are meant to build you. They teach you resilience, the ability to keep going even when the road is tough. They teach you gratitude, the ability to appreciate the good in your life, even in the midst of difficulty. And they teach you faith, the ability to trust that there is a purpose to your journey, even when you can't see it yet. Every time you face a challenge and overcome it, you are one step closer to your destiny. The path may not always be easy, but it is always purposeful. The obstacles you encounter are not meant to stop you. They are meant to prepare you. They are shaping you into the person you need to be to fulfill your purpose. You may not see it now, but one day you will look back and realize that the challenges you faced were the very things that led you to your greatest victories. Your story of rising after a fall is one of the most powerful gifts you possess. It's a story that holds the potential to inspire others, to bring hope to those who feel hopeless, and to remind the world that it's possible to overcome even the greatest challenges. When you rise, you're not just lifting yourself, you're setting an example for others to follow. Your journey becomes a beacon of light for those who are walking through their own dark valleys, struggling to believe they can make it to the other side. There's something deeply compelling about stories of resilience. People are drawn to them because they reflect a universal truth. Life is full of struggles, but it's also full of triumphs. When you share your story, you're giving others permission to face their own struggles with courage. You're showing them that failure is not final, that setbacks are not the end, and that strength can be found in the most unlikely places. Your story of rising is not just about you, it's about the ripple effect it creates in the lives of others. In a world that often celebrates perfection and success, it's easy to feel like your struggles make you less worthy or less capable. But the truth is, it's not perfection that inspires people, it's authenticity. It's the willingness to be vulnerable, to admit that you faced challenges, and to share how you overcame them. When people see your humanity, your imperfections, and your ability to rise despite them, they're reminded that they too can overcome their own obstacles. Your story becomes a source of hope, a reminder that strength is found not in never falling, but in always getting back up. The act of rising after a fall is a powerful testament to resilience and determination. It's not about pretending the fall didn't happen or minimizing the pain it caused. It's about acknowledging the struggle while refusing to let it define you. When you rise, you're showing others that it's possible to move forward, even when the path is difficult. You're demonstrating that pain can be transformed into purpose and that every setback carries the potential for a comeback. Your story becomes proof that adversity can lead to growth, and that growth can lead to greatness. People often feel alone in their struggles, believing that no one else understands what they're going through. When you share your story, you break that illusion of isolation. You remind others that they are not alone, that someone else has walked a similar path and come out stronger on the other side. Your story creates a sense of connection, a bond that transcends differences and unites people in shared experiences. It becomes a bridge helping others cross over from despair to hope, from doubt to belief. Your story of rising also challenges the narrative that success is linear, that it's a straight path from point A to point B. Life is messy, unpredictable, and full of twists and turns. By sharing your journey, the highs and the lows, you're painting a more realistic picture of what it means to pursue a dream or overcome an obstacle. You're showing others that detours are part of the process, that setbacks are not failures but stepping stones, and that persistence is more important than perfection. Your story encourages others to keep going, even when the road is rough. The beauty of your story is that it doesn't have to be polished or perfect to make an impact. Sometimes the raw, unfiltered moments are the ones that resonate the most. It's not about having all the answers or achieving a flawless outcome. It's about showing the strength it takes to keep moving forward, even when the way isn't clear. Your story of rising is powerful because it's real. It's a reflection of the human spirit, of the ability to endure, to adapt, and to overcome. When you rise, you're not just changing your own life, you're influencing the lives of those around you. Your courage becomes contagious, your strength becomes a source of inspiration, and your determination ignites a spark in others. People see what you've accomplished and they begin to believe that they can do it too. Your story becomes a catalyst for change, a reminder that no matter how hard life gets, there is always a way forward. Your story of rising is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It's a declaration that setbacks are temporary, that failure is not final, and that every challenge carries within it the seeds of transformation. By sharing your story, you're not just telling others what's possible, you're showing them. You're embodying the message that strength can be found in struggle, that beauty can emerge from brokenness, and that every fall is an opportunity to rise again. There is a powerful truth that we often forget in the middle of our struggles. You are never alone. Life has a way of making us feel isolated, especially when we're going through challenges that seem insurmountable. The weight of difficulties can make you believe that no one understands, that no one has faced what you're facing, or that you must carry the burden entirely on your own. But the reality is far from that. There's always a source of strength, always someone or something greater than yourself working behind the scenes to guide, support, and uplift you. When you feel alone in your struggles, it's easy to spiral into doubt and despair. You might think that no one cares or that your problems are too big for anyone to help. But this is when you need to remind yourself that even in your darkest moments, there is a divine presence with you. It's a presence that sees every tear, hears every prayer, and knows every fear. This presence doesn't abandon you in the storm. It walks with you through it. It provides comfort when you're weary, hope when you're discouraged, and strength when you feel like giving up. Life is not meant to be a solo journey. We are created for connection, for community, and for relationships that remind us we are part of something greater than ourselves. Sometimes the support you need comes in the form of a kind word from a friend, a helping hand from a stranger, or the wisdom of someone who has walked a similar path. Other times it comes from within, from a still small voice that whispers encouragement and reminds you of your worth. This voice may be faint, but it is always present, urging you to keep going and to believe in a brighter future. When you recognize that you are never alone, it changes the way you approach your challenges. You stop relying solely on your own strength and start drawing from a well that never runs dry. You begin to see that there is a purpose to your pain, a reason for the struggle, and a greater plan unfolding even when you can't see it. This understanding gives you the courage to face your difficulties head on, knowing that you are supported by a power far greater than anything you face. Sometimes the help you need is already around you, waiting for you to reach out. It can be hard to ask for help, especially if you feel like you should be able to handle everything on your own. But there is no shame in seeking support. In fact, it's a sign of strength to admit that you need help and to allow others to come alongside you. When you open yourself up to receiving help, you're giving others the opportunity to show love, compassion, and generosity. You're also reminding yourself that you don't have to carry your burdens alone. There's also a beauty in recognizing that your struggles are not unique to you. Across the world, people face similar challenges, fears, and setbacks. When you share your story, you realize that others have walked the same path and have come out stronger on the other side. Their journeys can inspire you, just as your journey can inspire them. There is a shared humanity in our struggles, a collective resilience that reminds us we are never truly alone. This sense of connection brings comfort and encouragement, especially in moments when you feel like giving up. The idea of never being alone also extends to the unseen forces at work in your life. Whether you call it divine intervention, fate, or the universe aligning, there is something greater than yourself orchestrating your journey. There are moments when the right person shows up at just the right time, or when a door opens that you thought was forever closed. These moments are not coincidences. They are reminders that you are being guided and cared for. They are evidence that even when you can't see the way forward, there is a plan in place that is leading you toward your purpose. When you feel the weight of loneliness pressing down on you, take a moment to reflect on all the ways you are supported. Think about the people who have poured into your life, the opportunities that have come your way, and the small miracles that have sustained you through tough times. Each of these is a reminder that you are not alone. Even in the moments when it feels like no one is there, you are surrounded by love, strength, and grace. The truth that you are never alone is not just comforting, it's empowering. It reminds you that no matter how heavy the burden or how dark the night, there is always a source of light and strength available to you. It encourages you to keep moving forward, to keep believing in yourself, and to trust that you are being held by something greater. You may face challenges, but you do not face them alone. You may feel weak at times, but you are never without a source of strength. You may stumble, but there is always someone or something ready to help you rise again. Ladies and gentlemen, as we reflect on the journey of rising after a fall, let us carry this truth in our hearts. Your strength is not measured by the absence of challenges, but by your ability to overcome them. Each fall refines you. Each challenge prepares you. And every step forward, no matter how small, is a testament to your courage and determination. Your story has power not just for yourself, but for those who are inspired by your resilience. Remember, you are never alone in your struggles. There is always a presence guiding you, a community cheering for you, and a purpose awaiting you. The road may not always be smooth, but it is always worth walking. As you rise, you reclaim your power, you rewrite your narrative, and you remind the world that setbacks are not endings, they are setups for greater victories. So keep rising, keep believing, and keep moving forward. The best chapters of your story are still being written.